going to be showing you iOS 5 on the iPhone 4. While I wait for the iPhone to restore itself, to iOS 5, I'll just quickly talk to you about it. iOS 5 is basically the new operating system for Apple iDevices. Basically the 3rd gen iPod Touch and the 3GS and iPhone 4, and also both of the iPads at the moment. It includes a few new features like notifications. I'll just show you here on the iPad. Okay, this is iOS 5 on an iPad 1, or the 1st gen iPad as you might know it as. Now, the start or the home screen basically looks almost identical, except you have the addition now of messages. You've got reminders, you've also got newsstand, and they've changed iPod to music like in the iPod Touches, and this has also been changed in the iPhone as well, so expect to see that when you upgrade your device. Okay, let's go to messaging first. Messaging is basically like SMSing across iDevices running iOS 5. You can type in an email address of the person that you need to message, so whatever their Apple ID is, you can type it in there and it will get sent straight to their device. Type in your subject, email, photo, video, whatever, and just hit send as if it were an iPhone. Now the keyboard, there's one little thing that's changed quite a bit about it. If you like reaching into the middle of the screen to type your words like that, you can. You could also undock your... Oops, wasn't meant to show you that. But, okay, that's basically a split keyboard. But I'll merge it again. Okay, so that's docked. I could undock it, so it floats in the middle of the screen. That's just if you like that. But then if you like to just type as if you're on a normal phone, a small size, you can split it like that. And yeah, that's one little cool thing, so you don't have to reach all the way over here to reach the letter H or G, whatever. And just pinch them back together. Oops. There you go. Okay, so I'll quit that. And I'll terminate that one. Okay. Calendar, I don't think that's changed an awful lot. They've changed the colouring a little bit. It looks a little bit, in a sense, uglier than it did previously. But, I mean, it won't kill you. Not many people use the calendar, but if you do, it's only the look. It's still set out and usable the same way. Contacts hasn't changed. Reminders. This is basically like a to-do list for the iPad. It's a bit slow on the 1st gen for some reason, but it works, and actually no, it's a bit smoother today. So you can put little reminders in there like a to-do list, and then once you've completed them, you tick them off and they'll pop up in your completed list. Not too hard to remember. Okay, close that up. Now, Notepad, that's exactly the same as it was before. Maps, same user interface. The App Store has changed just slightly. The way I can tell is they have a little purchased section. The purchase section on an iPhone and iPod, that will come up under your updates, and it will be like a little bar just at the top. Oops. It'll be a little bar that pops up here and it'll say purchased, and then it will take you to this page. Basically all it is how do I put it, all the items or apps that you have purchased over your time having an iDevice, so everything that is recorded as you have bought in your iPod or iPhone or whatever you own, they'll pop up in here. And if you ever decide you want to download one of these apps that you previously downloaded, you can just click on the little cloud next to them, like this. So I'll just quickly find something I might want to get. Okay, I might want to get this. So if I want to get cut the rope, tap the little cloud, type in my password, and it will pop up onto your home screen. Easy to use, of course. Now, one new feature as well as reminders is Newsstand. Basically, Newsstand is for all you guys out there who subscribe to magazines. If you buy a magazine app in the App Store and you subscribe to it like for 12 months or whatever, it will pop up in here as a book, like in the iBooks sort of, and it will automatically download a new version of the magazine when it comes available. Now I'll take you to the music interface because they've changed this a lot. It's become more square now, as you can probably see. The controls at the top are squarer. They've changed the look overall of this, so even that's changed, and the volume bar is still there as usual, and you can go straight to the iTunes store if you choose to. That's probably the main difference in that, but I'll just show you. You can go straight to the song you're playing, like you could always. They've changed the look of this a little bit too, giving you the little line bar instead of the big dot that goes through. And if you want to change songs, it's as simple as swiping your finger. So instead of having to click next or go back, whatever, you just swipe your finger and you'll have the next song. And same applies if you want to go back. It's all there. So that's made life a little bit simpler for all you people who hate going to the next screen and whatever just to get to another song. Now I've got to leave music open. They've added a little feature to Safari. I'll see if I can find a website that might support it. Let's just try something like My Digital Life. Digitallife.info, I think the website is. Oh no, this uses a mobile version. But basically what Reader is, which is the main difference, is if there's ads and all that all over your page, you can select the Reader view and it takes away all the ads, keeps the text and main images, and it makes it easier to use or to read through without all the distractions of advertising and whatnot. They've also added the traditional tab browsing, which you find in modern browsers these days, like Internet Explorer 7 and higher, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, even on Mac and PC, whatever. And you still have that freedom of moving your tabs around, so you always have that modern freedom now. Quit that. Safari. Now, a few new features they've added into the settings. They've changed the look of the buttons for starters. They've made them rounder. So, yeah. And just to prove that this is iOS 5 and not some jailbroken iPad, it's official 5.0, it's the developer's copy. And yes, I did pay to get this working because I'm that desperate to see the newer versions of Apple's software, or firmware, whatever you want to call it. Okay, general, nothing much has changed, except you have software update on here. Now, software update is basically what you would do on your PC or Mac through iTunes. You would update your iDevice to the newer firmware. But for this, when a new firmware comes out, you can just download a little patch on your iDevice and it's updated for you automatically, which is cool, but I don't think it's enabled at the moment because it is the first beta. iCloud, which I think one day will come in pretty handy for people who need it, especially the people without a PC or Mac. iCloud, you get 5 gig of free storage on Apple's servers, and you can back up your iDevice, copy your mail, contacts, and all those things you can see there straight to the cloud. And then you can also storage and backup, so photos, whatever you do, they can get put onto the cloud, so you can access them on all your other iDevices that have iOS 5, or your Mac or PC when it is completely up and running on the iDevices. Mail hasn't changed. Twitter has been integrated into the iPad, iPhone, iPod on iOS 5. So whenever you're in an app and you feel the need, you have to tweet something about how awesome something was, you can just open it up and it will take you to a little place where you can type your tweet, post it, and get back straight to your app without a problem. Now, the messaging, all you have to do, well, basically is set up your email, which will be your Apple ID. You can tell it how many times you want it to repeat the alert, just like a normal SMS. And yeah. Now, last time I thought there was another feature in here which I could show. That's right. The other new feature is notifications. It pops up in this little bar at the very top. So basically now, instead of you getting that disgusting message that always used to pop up and say, oh, you have a notification, or someone's given you a message or whatever, you don't have all that trouble of having to pause the game, go to the program and go all the way around. You get a little animation at the top of your screen saying that you've got a notification, and it will just disappear. And if you ever need to view it, just slide your finger down, it will pop up in here, and you can go straight to the app if you want to. One other cool thing is, that was the other thing I was thinking of, is iTunes Sync. When this feature gets enabled, as soon as you plug any of your iDevices into a power source, as long as your iDevice is connected to a wireless network that is the same as your PC or Mac, it will automatically sync and back up your iDevice during the night if you have to charge your iDevice every night. So that's handy too. So as long as your laptop or whatever is on, it will wirelessly sync straight to your PC or Mac, which is one cool thing, but not enabled yet. And also in this, especially on the iPad, because it's an iPad only feature, once it gets enabled, it was a developer's thing in iOS 4.3, I think. You can pinch to close your apps. So from here I could just pinch my fingers and it will take me to my home screen, or I could swap between my apps by sliding my 4 or 5 fingers left or right. And my multitasking menu is 4 or 5 fingers upwards, and you can select out of your multitasking, which was cool while I had it, but for the time being they haven't got it in iOS 5, but it is coming, and it's a definite this time, so I'm pumped for that. And just to sum it up, Game Center, they've only added one minor adjustment, and that is the addition of you having a profile picture, which, yeah, it might be okay, but it's still not much compared to what you can have on other services like Xbox Live and PSN, how you get the chat and all that. But yeah, they pop up in there. You just change your photo, it will come up all in there, pick what you want and it'll pop up in here. So yeah, that's iOS 5 running on the iPad 1st gen. And yeah, just an apology for the video quality for the parts before and after this, because I was using my old Sony Ericsson C903 to get it all recorded, as my iPhone was going under restore to iOS 5. So thanks for watching. Well, this part at least, which is in high quality compared to the rest, and we'll get back to the final step before you can actually begin to set it up. And we're about to boot up to the setup screen, and you'll notice this is already going to be different from the original. There you go. iPhone right there. So slide to setup. Get the welcome screen. It's blurry. I've got it set to English, of course, and it's Australia for me. Can connect it to your Wi-Fi network straight from the setup. So this is just proof that you don't actually need a PC or Mac now to even have an iDevice. Whoops. Yep, it's connected to my network. Click next. It activates the iPhone over the internet as it would do through iTunes. And now, see if it's almost impossible to read. First option, set up as a new iPhone, restore from an iCloud backup, or restore it from iTunes, which no, you can barely make that out. I'm going to restore it from iTunes and click next. So it tells me plug it into iTunes. Okay, plug it into my computer. Restart. Okay, the iPhone has just gone down for reboot and is applying the restored settings from the restore point. So it will just be a few more seconds. And now the PC picks it up and it will start to sync soon, I think. Yep, from what I see on my PC it's syncing. Okay, now I'll just sign in. That'll work. Oh, there we are. Okay, I'll just be a second. Okay, that wasn't right. Sorry, one more second. Yep, by the looks of it I'm in. Okay, so that's syncing and I'm still setting it up, and I'm not sure if you can see that little thing twisting around there, but that's actually telling me basically that it's syncing with my PC. Now iCloud I'm going to keep on. And merge, yeah, why not? For some reason this one step takes a long time when you're waiting for it to merge, but it is still in the beta stages, so it should be a bit quicker in the final release, I hope. Okay, there we are. Find my iPhone. I have that enabled. Diagnostics, automatically send, and start using my iPhone. There we are. The same sort of layout. Yep. You downloading that from your computer. and you've still got the little bar up there turning around, if you can still see that blur. I'm sorry for the bad video quality. I'm using my old phone to do this, so yeah, because I'm doing all the stuff on the iPhone. Yes, that's okay. Automatic downloads, automatically download new purchases, including free made on other services and devices. Yes, I'll allow them. Yep, so there you go, same things. We've got the iCloud, you've got Twitter. I'll sign in later. Okay, I'll be a sec. If you've noticed how slow my phone is actually performing, that's mainly due to the fact that I'm syncing while I'm doing this, so it proves that they may need to make a slightly more powerful phone for all this to work properly. But the notifications are at the top, if I can pull them down. No, one sec. Okay, let's see now. Yep, there we are. So it's telling me all my missed calls. It will detect my location and give me weather. I'll quickly clear all my missed calls. Yep, that's the notification center, as Apple calls it, for iOS 5. Oh my god. The one cool thing is that since you can use it while it's syncing, it actually looks like you're downloading the apps. So I'll see if I can find one. There you are, installing. And then it will just pop up on the home screen as if it was always there. So yeah, I've just got a lot of apps for no reason. And same one here, it's replaced with music, and this is an iPhone. I'll post some screenshots of the system at the end of this video, as the quality of this is absolutely shocking. So I'll take one right now so you can still actually no. See. All the songs are still there. Well, they'll have to sync over, so they're blurred at the moment. A little bit sluggish. But yeah, and another thing is, if you want to use your camera, you don't have to use it from the app. If you need to quickly take a photo on the go to your home screen, double click, you've got your camera loads right up, and then, well, you can see now I'm looking at the screen, and then you can just use the plus button of your volume to take the snapshot. Well, that's on video mode. Okay, I'll just delete that. There we are. Delete. Come on. As I said, there are a few things I'll need to fix with this to make it a little more responsive while people are wirelessly syncing their devices. I'm doing it by wire and it's still slow. Okay, I'll just lock it and go back in. But basically, that's iOS 5. I find all the new features pretty cool, and I can't wait to see them properly once the full OS is released to public. But for now, this is a sneak peek of Apple's iOS 5 for iPhone 4, and I showed you the iPad 1. But besides that, I will post some screenshots after this video has ended. So I will see you guys another time with another video. Subscribe, rate, leave comments. I'm happy to answer for you, and we'll see you soon. See ya.